Welcome again to our amazing TV extravaganza. Today I will be interviewing a famous artist named Julia.
Hola amigos, I'm Julia.
Hello Julia. Today we will be talking about immigrants, and it's important for people to know what immigrants have to go through in this country. So Miss Julia, where are you from? And tell us a little bit about this place.
Okay, so I'm from Mexico, Colombia, and it's a really beautiful place. It's known for its artifacts and culture, and it has a lot of tourists for that reason. But to citizens like us, it's not so pretty at some points.
Yeah, it is known for its beauty, but what is so bad about this place?
Well, it is known for its beautiful places and artifacts. It's not that bad, it's just really an ugly place, and mostly in the poor parts, or for citizens like me that are poor or mediocre. Where we live is not that safe, and it's also known for its high murder rates, so that doesn't make it a really good place either.
Well, I'm really sorry about that. I feel some bad memories coming, so let's change the subject to something prettier. Tell us a little bit about your parents. Where are they from?
My mom and dad are both from Colombia, Mexico, and they've lived there practically their whole life. And they've known each other since high school, and they're high school sweethearts. And right now, my mom's dead. She's not alive anymore. She was killed in our garden because someone wanted money, and so that's why we moved here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What was her name?
Her name was Camelia.
Okay, let's take a break and go to commercials. Hello, let's start again. So, why did your family decide to move to America?
So after my mom passed away, my dad decided that he'd had enough and it was time to move away. So we moved to America due to a construction job he got, and he was actually one of the lucky ones. And so we lived in America for around 2 years.
That's amazing news. So how did you feel when you moved here? Were there any challenges on the way? Because English wasn't your first language, right?
Yes, you are correct. English was my second language. But at my school they taught us some English because, it's one of the most important languages in the world. So I did know a couple of words, but I had a really strong accent. And when I got here, it was really hard, but I made friends and they helped me, and I just socialized. And one friend in particular that I remember, her name was Caitlin. She, just thinking about her makes me laugh. She always found the bright side.
So we have heard some interesting things about you, but we really want to know the juicy stuff, the trauma, and the adventure.
Well, it wasn't so traumatizing, but it was really an adventure. Because when we thought everything was going fine, smoothly, we were finally getting friends, the most horrifying thing happened.
What happened?
Well, what really happened was he then lost his job and he got sent back to Mexico with all of us. And after that, things just escalated. We were in a lot of debt, and he didn't have a job, and we were losing our house. Everything was falling apart.
So then what happened to you? I mean, you are alive, but how did you feel?
I felt horrible and terrified because, when I got back, everyone just kept judging me, and because I had a really strong English accent, which never happened to anyone, so they just thought I was a spoiled brat.
That's not very nice. What did you do about it?
Nothing. I sucked it up and I turned my shoulder and started to study really hard, and I tried to get a job. I finally got a job and started to pay off the debts, and I paid for a rent house. While my dad, he started to look for a job in America, and when he got one a year later, we got our visas, so no matter what, no one could ever tell us to go back.
So you were sent back. But now look at you. You are back and famous. So this was a good thing after all. You were lucky and you were one of the really smart ones. So good job.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I am one of the lucky ones. And honestly, I was kind of good because I could have just, went on the streets and robbed people, but I didn't. So this experience made me tough and made me realize it's really hard to be an immigrant.
So what's your favorite memory?
My favorite memory was this, okay, it's gonna sound weird, Well, I had a really old crib, and it was white. The wood was really expensive, and it was really heavy. So we couldn't bring it to America. And, well, it makes me really sad to leave it behind because it has all my childhood memories in it. I used to climb in and out of it all the time. It reminds me so much of what I did when I was little and how beautiful the place, I thought my home was so beautiful.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the story of the famous Julia. It was also a learning experience to keep working and never give up, no matter what.